crank it up, I walk out and I see it come through the yard.
It's in enduro mode. All right. If you watched my last couple of videos, you know that I'm taking the 1299 in for the 7,500 mile service, and while I'm there, the guys at MCC are gracious enough to give me a Multistrada 1200 Enduro for the night. So we're going to try and get as much out of that as we can. Got a little ride planned, get a feel for it, because sooner or later, I'm going to be an old man and this bike is not going to do. Well, the ride down to the motorcycle dealership takes like an hour. Unless something super interesting happens or I become a chatty Cathy, I guess I'll check in with you guys when I'm on the Enduro. Alright, didn't really miss anything too exciting. I did get cut off pretty bad by somebody in a, no big surprise, a Lexus. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a little oil service light that came on. I think it came on at like 74 or 60. Oh man, how happy are Cubs fans right now? They've waited so long. I'm not a baseball fan at all, but I'm a Blackhawks fan, and as long as I can remember, they were horrible. Before all their current championships, the last Stanley Cup the Blackhawks had won was in 1961. Being a Blackhawks fan through all that, I know exactly how Cubs fans feel. Maybe not to the 100-plus year extent of no World Series, but looks like they got a pretty good chance this year, huh? Oh, I wasn't paying attention again. I could have hit that big fold in the pavement like last time. Oh, that was lucky. Next stop, MCC. There we are. It's like sitting in an armchair. This thing is hilarious. What an odd feeling. I can't believe this thing. It feels like I'm in a huge truck. I'm sitting up so high. It's such a good bike though. It feels good. It feels smooth. It does go. It does feel pretty well balanced, but you can tell that there's a lot of weight up high. I don't know if it's the gas tank or what, but it does feel a little different than something that has a lower center of gravity. And it's tall. Like on a good day, I'm 6'3", and I've really got to stand up to get my feet on the ground with this thing. Right now, I don't know if you can see this, but I'm flat foot on either side, but it's killing my inner thighs on the seat. So if I do like left foot up on the pegs and right foot on the ground, it's good. And I thought it was going to feel heavier, but it's not as heavy as I thought, but it's still pretty heavy. Definitely a super fun bike, and it's very comfortable. I mean, heated grips, cruise control, it's got the keyless system, it's got plenty of power. Oh, and it leans real nice. You know, once you get up to speed, this thing feels like it's 100 pounds. There's no fight whatsoever getting this thing over. Again, I don't know if it's because there's a lot of weight up high or what. Smooth, and it's quiet. Feels weird that it's quiet. Quick shifter has spoiled me. Wow, this thing is really agile. Once you get up to speed, it's super light. Oh, it feels so weird. I can't believe how upright this is. This is so comfortable. Gotta remember how to quick shift again. Is that garbage? Oh, this thing is so good. Brakes are good. Also, cruise control does not work under 30 mile an hour, which is a shame. This is as high as the windscreen goes, and I am too tall. I'm still getting good. Once I get up to speed, I'm getting wind deflection, but I'm still kind of getting it from about the eyes up if I sit up straight, so I'm kind of hunching over. I think this is as far as it goes. Yeah, that's as far up as it goes. Plus, I don't know how this camera angle is working for you guys, so we'll just have to find out later. I'm trying to keep my chin tucked in. Boy, this thing eats up the bumps. It's so good. It's got plenty of engine too. I mean, I knew it was going to be a 1200, and I knew it was going to have a bunch of torque, but the variable valve timing makes it really nice. So it doesn't have like the shake and the unhappiness that the 1299 has down low. So like this thing, I mean, fifth gear, I'm fifth gear, 2500 RPM, and if I roll on the throttle, there's a shake that doesn't translate to the rest of the bike, but it goes. I'm in fifth gear doing 35. I better Better shift down. Quit screwing around. It's so good. It could use a quick shifter though. I don't know if it has a quick shifter. I would assume not. The only thing that I wonder about this is how many people are actually going to get it and take it off-road. I have a feeling that someone's not going to buy this for the sole purpose of taking it off-road just like they would like an R1200 GS or a KTM 1190 Super Adventure or something like that. The type of people that buy Ducatis are usually the type of people that would tend to baby their things. I mean, even I don't ride mine super crazy. It's just so comfortable. I can't believe how comfortable it is. That quick shifter has spoiled me though. I feel if I had this bike and if I had an R1200 GS, I would try and put the R1200 GS through absolutely as much as I could, even if it means I'm going to trash it. But with this, I feel like it would be too precious to, you know, try and take up a hill that I can't flat foot when I have to kill the engine so it doesn't roll back down on me and then tip it over and be upset with myself. I don't know, just a few little observations. I know this is a big contrast to my 1299, but it's just so high. Plus, if I stand up on the pegs, look how high I am. Look how high I am. Look how high I am. That just shows you how high you are when you stand up on this thing. Now granted, I'm a little taller than the normal person, than you peasants. This variable valve timing is just so good. And I mean, the gas mileage that you could get on this thing would be through the roof. It's somewhat unhappy, but that doesn't translate to how the bike feels. 6 gear, 45 mile an hour, you could go forever. Here's a little bit of trivia for you. This is one of the first roads I ever rode my first ever street bike on. Picked it up just north of here and rode it down one of these roads and made a little circle. And let's do a little cruise control, huh? What do we got here? On, set. This is the first time I've ever used cruise control on a bike. It's awesome. Yes! Control that cruise. That old lady just blew me away though. It feels weird not having your hand on the brake. This bike is so good. All right, now I'm going to ride the next few minutes without saying anything, just kind of concentrating on the bike and not concentrating on telling you what I feel. Okay, this is super exciting. This is one of those, what do you call it? High efficiency interchanges, I suppose would be the best word for it, where these lanes cross over, so everyone coming on and going off of the interstate have kind of like a, you know, the right of way. So like those guys can go left and they can always go left and ease the congestion that's on this just state route kind of road. And these guys can always go right coming on. I know nobody else is going to care about that, but it's a pretty big deal. It goes. It goes. Anything with an engine that size is going to produce a decent amount of heat. On the Panigale, the subframe's bolted to the rear cylinder head, so the subframe heats up, and that happens to be where most people squeeze the bike with their thighs. I'm not sure if it's my height or my riding position, but I've personally never took offense to the heat that the bike gives off, and I've not had the, it scalded me moment that some people have claimed.